Hey, welcome. Today, we're diving into a topic that, well, it kind of operates in the shadows of our everyday lives: dark psychology. Now, let's be super clear. This is not a how-to guide. Think of it more like a shield. We're going to break down how these tactics work so you can spot them, stand up to them, and most importantly, protect your own mind.
So just think about that for a second. Could you be manipulated right now and not even realize it? Because manipulation isn't always some big dramatic thing. It can be super subtle, a weird comment from a friend, a request from your boss that feels off, or a pattern in a relationship that you just can't seem to name. The thing is, the most effective manipulation is the kind you never even see coming.
All right, so the very first step in building up any kind of defense is to really understand what you're up against. We're all swimming in a sea of persuasion and influence every single day, right? But it's crucial to know when that line gets crossed, when it turns into something much, much darker. And here's the fundamental difference. You see, regular psychology wants to understand why people do what they do. Dark psychology, on the other hand, studies how to exploit it. It's not about understanding at all. It's all about control. And that phrase right there, predatory in nature, that says everything, doesn't it? It's about seeing other human beings as targets. So why? Why do people do this? Well, the reasons are usually pretty basic: power, money, or just the need to have control over other people. What it really boils down to is this: these are tactics used by people who have somehow managed to just switch off their conscience. When that empathy is gone, other people can just become objects, things to be used to get what they want. Okay, so to get good at recognizing the tactics, it really helps to first understand the kind of person who uses them. And psychologists have actually found a specific cluster of personality traits that are pretty common in people who manipulate. For decades, actually, the research was all centered on something called the dark triad. It was this trio of personality traits that was seen as a huge red flag for manipulative and exploitative behavior. But, as with everything, our understanding has grown. So we've moved from the dark triad to what's now called the dark tetrad. That's 4 traits. We have narcissism, which is that over-the-top sense of self-importance. Then there's Machiavellianism, which is basically a willingness to lie and scheme to get ahead. We also have psychopathy, which is a real lack of empathy or remorse. And the 4th one, the crucial new addition, is sadism. And that's there because it acknowledges that some people are literally motivated by the enjoyment they get from watching others suffer.
Now, this is a really important point. This isn't just a black or white thing. We all have little bits of these traits in us. You can have a narcissistic moment or a thought that's a little Machiavellian. That's normal. The danger comes when these traits aren't just passing thoughts, but they're the main dominant forces driving someone's entire personality. That's when you're dealing with a true manipulator.
Okay, so we've got the mindset down, but what does it actually look like in the real world? Let's zoom in on one of the most sneaky and powerful manipulation tactics out there: gaslighting. This right here is the whole goal of gaslighting. It's a form of psychological warfare, and it's designed to make you feel like you are losing your mind. The manipulator just chips away at your trust in yourself, making you question what you know you saw, what you're sure you heard, and what you definitely felt. And the name itself, it has a pretty chilling backstory. It comes from this old play called Gaslight, where a husband is trying to convince his wife she's going insane. He secretly keeps dimming the gas lights in their house, and whenever she points it out, he just flatly denies it. He tells her it's all in her head, and eventually, over time, she starts to believe him. This whole process doesn't happen all at once. It's more of a slow, corrosive burn. It all starts with denial. The manipulator just denies reality, saying things like, "That never happened," or "I never said that. You're making things up." And over time, this leads to the second step, doubt. You start thinking, maybe I did remember that wrong. Maybe I'm just too sensitive. And the final, really dangerous step is dependency. That's when you stop trusting your own mind and start relying on the manipulator to tell you what's real. So we've laid out the threat, we've looked at a really key tactic. Now for the most important part of all. How do you actually build a defense against this kind of psychological attack? The very first step is learning to listen to your own internal alarm bells. Seriously, ask yourself, do I constantly feel like I'm walking on eggshells? Do I find myself apologizing all the time, even for stuff that isn't my fault? Am I always second-guessing my own thoughts and feelings? These emotions, that confusion, that isolation, that constant self-doubt, those are huge red flags that someone might be messing with your reality.
Okay, building your defense is all about actively choosing to move from a place of vulnerability to a place of strength. A manipulator wants to isolate you. Your best defense is to connect with friends and family you trust. They want you to ignore your gut feelings. You have to learn to trust your instincts. They want you to just accept their twisted reality. Your power comes from keeping a factual record. Write things down. They want you to give in. Your strength is in learning to set firm boundaries and to just say no.
When you boil it all down, it comes down to this really simple conflict. Their entire game is designed to make you dependent on them for your reality, for your confidence, for your choices. Your defense, your way of winning, is to reclaim your independence and your absolute right to your own mind. Look, understanding these dark tactics isn't about becoming paranoid or cynical. It's about becoming smarter. It's about becoming safer. This knowledge, this awareness is your shield. So the only real question left is, now that you can see it, how are you going to use it?